drying food to preserve it. Today, most of us are lucky enough to have fridges in our homes to keep our food nice and fresh. But have you ever wondered how people kept food fresh before we had electricity to power fridges? Well, for people living in very cold places, such as the Inuit people, who have lived in the Arctic for thousands of years, keeping their food fresh was easy, because the temperature outside was almost always below freezing. Just like living in one big fridge freezer. But people living in the rest of the world had to think of other ways to preserve their food, as warmer weather makes it hard to keep food fresh for very long. Luckily, the sun provided the perfect solution. People discovered that if they laid their harvest out in the sun's hot rays, it would dry, which meant their food stayed edible for much longer. This is because drying food removes the water by evaporating it, which means that bacteria and mould can't grow, as both need moisture to live on. Removing moisture and drying the food we grow is one of the oldest known ways of preserving food. And did you know that fruits aren't the only produce that people can dry to preserve? It's common in lots of countries around the world for fishermen to dry the fish they catch. And other foods, such as meat, can also be dried. Popular products you might have heard of are Parma ham from Italy and beef jerky from the United States of America. Sometimes when meat and fish are dried to preserve them, they have salt added, which helps to draw out any moisture. Some foods can also be smoked, which means that the food is laid over smoking wood timbers like this to dry it out. This process adds a nice smoky flavour. See if you can think of any other foods that might have been dried to preserve them. There are lots you might not even realise are dried. Foods like cereals for breakfast, noodles, the tea in tea bags, rice, pasta, and many, many more. Lots of things we regularly eat. Since humans discovered that drying food is a way of preserving it, we have developed lots of other clever ways to prevent it from spoiling too quickly, including pickling, freezing, and canning. Preserving our food means that we avoid wasting it, and it also means that even when the harvest is over, we still have lots of food to enjoy all year round.